So,
Uh,
Fatih, thank you for your time. Could you please describe your project and present yourself?
Thanks a lot for the opportunity. Greetings to all. My name is Fatih Dragoshi, and I'll introduce to you the project Skills4Jobs, a project of the Swiss Agency for Development and Cooperation, implemented by Swiss Contact here in Albania. The project started with its inception phase in October 2015, so 10 years ago, and it's scheduled to continue until mid-2027.
Wow, 10 years ago. So, what makes your project special, or what could others learn from it?
I think the most special thing about the project is the design itself of the Swiss portfolio in Albania in the skills development domain, where a large program like Skills4Jobs works with a bottom-up approach, and then this is combined with the work of the sister project Skills Development for Employment that leads the top-down approach in the sector. So this mix between the two was, I believe, a cornerstone to the success of our work in Albania. Then on the why our project could be interesting for the others to learn from, I would emphasize the fact that the project, among many other things, is the key responsible for introducing the dual vet system in Albania. In the absence of an organized private sector and any legal provision, we encouraged and empowered vocational education schools to redefine themselves and start cooperating with individual companies in their neighborhoods, to engage them in work-based teaching and learning. Our guiding principle was simple: if it's not forbidden, then it is allowed. And that inspired a lot of innovation and action. From one school and 6 companies in a small town in northern Albania who said yes to this crazy idea 10 years ago, today over 300 companies in 10 industries in 9 regions of the country are currently hosting over 620 apprentices, and the numbers are growing fast. The ambition of the government of Albania is that by 2027, over 15% of the learners in VET to be engaged in dual VET programs. While these are great achievements, I would say plenty remains to be done to now bring the private sector in the leading role. We do see clear signs of engagement from the largest chambers of commerce and the industry associations in the country, and this is truly encouraging. But we are indeed at a very early stage on this one, I must say.
Wow, what a journey. It sounds really impressive. Would you consider your project a dual VET project, or what dual elements can be found in it?
The project promotes dual vocational education, and to this end, I can confirm that the project has contributed to dualizing VET, a concept Professor Dieter Euler from St. Gallen University refers to often. What I can confirm is that our efforts were directed by the European Framework for Quality and Effective Apprenticeships, endorsed by the European Commission and the International Labour Organization back in 2017. They do refer to 14 criteria organized in criteria for framework conditions and criteria for learning and working. In that sense, among the elements found in the Albanian model that we are helping to design, I would highlight the following. On the framework part of it, we now have a full package of regulatory framework in the country to promote dual VET as part of the Albanian qualifications framework. Private sector companies, representatives of the given industries, do participate in the design of occupational and qualification standards and the design of curricula with comprehensive learning outcomes that are clearly defined. There are specific figures in the governance of the system responsible for career guidance, coaching the learners, conducting tracer studies, and so on and so forth. National authorities are designated to support on quality development and quality assurance aspects. There is now an accreditation process covering also the dual VET qualifications. When we look into the working and learning, there is a written contract, a pay for the apprentices with determined minimum apprentices at the national level, minimum apprenticeship pay, at the national level. The dual VET qualifications currently offered as part of the Albanian qualifications framework do have a minimum of 55% workplace component. The regulatory framework envisages social protection for the apprentices. And the labor inspectorate ensures that companies comply with the set of requirements with regard to the health and safety at work conditions. What does not look like dual in the understanding of the German-speaking countries is that the starting point for an apprentice in Albania is the school, and then comes the company. Nevertheless, we never thought just because companies were not ready to take that role 10 years ago, we should stop from promoting dual vet in Albania. Over time, some better structured business organizations are showing increasing interest to take an ever bigger role, and we do believe that this is the future, and we're working towards that.
Thank you very much. I mean, I think there are many of the elements that you mentioned are the key elements that we in ECDVET also defined as core elements of dual VET still to be found. And with this long experience now of 10 years of implementation, what are your recommendations that you could give to other implementers?
I believe that, like in every business organization or any strategy implementation, the key is to convey as often and as clearly as possible the vision to all those involved in the change process. Once done with that, I would start with what makes sense now and here. In every country, in every context, things are different, but start with what makes sense and take action. Start with what seems acceptable to the change agents you have teamed up with now and here. Once appetite has started to build up, then you start changing the gears to move upwards. But do be prepared. It takes a lot of time and a lot of nerve, so good luck with that.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thanks a lot for the insights. I think on the website there are still more documents, and on your project website it's worth checking it out because there are testimonials and many helpful hints as well. So thanks for your time and the introduction to your project.
Thanks for the opportunity.